welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy and I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. And today's pick a card topic is all about the future in love for you. Who will you build a life with? Who will you commit to? Who will you have a long-term relationship with? And we're asking the question, who will you marry? Now, of course, not everybody believes in formal marriages or formal unions like that, but this is just a reading about who will you commit to? Who will you build a life with? So we do have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the Knight of Wands. This is coming from the Shadowscapes Tarot for anyone interested. Pile number 2 with the World. And pile number 3 with the Empress. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there could be messages waiting about your future in love, and they are always listed down below. I would like to welcome back my beautiful returning subscribers, of course, as always. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your kind comments. It's getting dark in here. We're going to adjust the lighting. I really appreciate your presence. I really appreciate you sharing this content. It helps me to bring you more content as well. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to drop a comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, because I do actually offer a chance for my subscribers to win a free reading as a thank you for your presence here. And you just drop your comment below any of my readings this month for your chance to win. I will notify you beneath your comment that you have been chosen the winner, and so that we can get the ball rolling. But I will never send unsolicited DMs to you here or on Instagram or anywhere else. So please keep yourself safe from people who could be posing as the Tarot Cottage or other tarot related content. But for today's pick a card topic, who are you going to marry? Who are you going to commit to or build a life with? Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. I'm going to go ahead and jump into pile number 1. Hello, pile 1. You were drawn to the Knight of Wands, and this is your reading. Who are you going to commit to? Who are you going to marry? Now, the Knight of Wands is a very passionate, bold type of person. This person might even love to travel. They can maybe be a little bit impulsive, but it's like it's hard to resist. It's hard to resist the energy of the Knight of Wands. This is the type of person that would perhaps be willing to drop everything and go on a road trip, or be very spontaneous with you as well. So it's a very exciting energy. It's also a very fast-moving energy too. So this could mean that this is showing up for you soon, and we're going to try to get a timeline for you as well, pile 1. What can you tell me about pile number 1? And who are they going to commit to? Who are they going to build a life with or marry? We have the 6 of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles along with the Tower. Now, this could be speaking to people who are currently going through upheaval. This could also speak to someone who has actually come out of a long-term relationship, or someone who has had a long-term relationship in the past as well. If you have had relationships that have broken down and have not turned into the commitment cycles that you were looking for, Spirit wants you to know there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is because that was not in alignment with you. That person's role was to get you to your ultimate partner. Here we have the 3 of Cups. This person feels like they have so much energy. They're very charismatic. They have a great sense of humor. It's like they can draw in a crowd. They're a great storyteller as well. I actually almost get an impression that someone could be Scottish. They're showing me like somebody who's like Scottish. That's obviously not going to be for everyone, but I am reading for the collective, so please take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that are not. But they're just showing me somebody who can really tell a good story. They can command attention in a room. This is not a shy person. I think that they're very kind of almost athletic in their appearance too. And it doesn't necessarily feel like something they have to work at. I feel like their athleticism comes from like a sport, or like if they play hockey, if they play baseball, if they play football, it's like that's what they do. They don't do the gym, they don't do anything of that, but they keep themselves healthy because of what they like to do with their time. A very competitive person, especially within the sports world. I feel like they really like sports, and I think that they again have a very narrowed interest towards a certain specific sport. This is a charming person, Spirit says. Here we have the Fool coming out with the Seven of Cups. Now, they're also saying that at the time of meeting this person, you might just be in a very casual type of mentality where you're not really anticipating a lot of change, or you don't want a lot of change perhaps to come in at that time because you don't feel necessarily ready for it. The Spirit just said that the Lord works in mysterious ways, and this person's coming in when maybe you have no intention of commitment cycles. You could even be exploring options at this time as well, where maybe you're online, you're looking through options, you're dating, you're casually dating. Because I feel like there's a sense of having been hurt before. This could also be their mindset where it's, I just came out of something, big and intentional, and now I'm in this casual phase. But it's like as soon as we're not looking for something, that's when everything that we want falls into our lap. Spirit says that if you are anticipating that this could be somebody from your past that you're going to be marrying, Spirit says that it's probably not going to be someone from your past, that there could be an unrealistic expectation. We could be idolizing the past at the time of when we meet this person. Because you may look at this person as just a casual thing, a casual fling, but they are charismatic. I feel like they draw you in. They really stand out in a crowd. Spirit keeps showing them in a crowd of people, but they stand out in a crowd because they make themselves stand out in a crowd. They're smart, like they're very intelligent, but they don't throw it at people. They're just intelligent, and you can see it in their wit, and you can see it in how they speak. This could actually start as a friendship, where it's, again, very casual, as a friendship. There may not be complete intentions, because I feel like there's a forgiveness phase that we're going through when you meet this person, where we're taking the stepping stones. So one step is the friendship. Then we start the flirtation phase where we're going back and forth. It starts to renew us, starts to make us feel more confident, starts to make us more empowered. And then they're showing this as the Three of Swords, but they're actually showing it to me upside down, which is that forgiveness phase coming through. And that could be the approach that you take. You may be asking for forgiveness, or they may be asking for forgiveness, that they want to take things slowly. But the thing is that you have a shared experience, so that's what deepens the bond more quickly than you both anticipate, is this shared experience that you've had. And it could be a shared experience in relationships, a shared experience in the past, a shared experience in our childhood. It's not something we shared together, but it's a mirror to us. But it looks like it starts out as in like a friend, a friendship aspect, and you could meet them like a friend of a friend. Like they keep showing me groups of people. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And although I will say sometimes the Knight of Wands gets a bad reputation for being a little bit too restless and they don't really want to commit, I think that this person truly, deep down, that's what they're looking for. They do want ultimately a secure family. They do want someone that they can commit to. Overall, they have like a hidden loyalty to that, even if they come from like divorced parents, for instance, because they're showing me someone who may have certain ideas about commitment cycles because of what they've been through. But I feel like this connection with you, and again, vice versa, the connection you share with each other helps the two of you heal from those things, helps the two of you see commitment from a different perspective. It's like you help each other get to a period of peace. And honestly, I feel like this person becomes like your best friend. They become your go-to person. And I think it's very mutual, very shared. Like the person you share everything with. Here's the Nine of Swords. Now what's interesting is that I feel like you start out as friends, but you can't stop thinking about each other. And that's the key. That's the beginnings, the blooming of this relationship. We have the Star here. Now, I don't necessarily feel like this connection starts online for everyone. but we definitely move into a very flirtatious texting phase with this person. That's when I feel like they get very, very playful. I think you spend a period in the in-between here. I think that you spend some time really showing your vulnerability to each other during this texting phase, and that's where it's like we're putting they've sometimes put their foot in their mouth, or they worry that they've said too much. There's just this delicate in-between period where we're still in our independent phase, but there's a breakthrough coming. And it's like maybe we are too afraid to say in person what we're able to say via text, and that's why it gets a little fiery, a little saucy over text message. But this is where everything pivots and changes. I feel like they're almost like they're showing somebody that dresses very casually, you know, someone who is very like relaxed. They feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. So they don't try too hard when it comes to their clothes. They're just kind of a very casual person. Back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands and we have the Eight of Cups. Now, they did show me the Eight of Swords because there's perhaps a fear in trying again, or a fear in exploring new options, and that's what makes us go back towards things in the past. But Spirit says this person's coming in the future. This is brand new energy. Again, they are speaking here about this popping up kind of unexpectedly or at a time where it doesn't feel convenient. It's like we're in a healing phase, we're in an explorative phase. Maybe we're not in a commitment mindset in that moment, and that's when it pops up, when we're currently adjusting ourselves and moving away from disappointment. It pops up when you really are not expecting it. We have here the situation involves marriage, so ultimately there will be a full-fledged union. I will say this person really likes to dance. They just showed dancing. In fact, they showed like a flapper style dancing, you know, like from the 20s for some reason. We also have, we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Let me get one more for that one, please, Spirit. In calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring you closer together. So you may have a certain perspective, again, of soulmate energy with the Six of Cups from the past, where you think that you know who this person is, or you think that you know who you will be married to, engaged to, building a life with. But Spirit says there are red flags in those environments, so we have to pay attention to them. We have to take off the rose-colored glasses that we attach to the past, and encourage. We have unrequited love showing up in that case. And they're encouraging us to move towards honestly belonging, and move towards something where we feel supported. That's what this person offers you, is like, and that's the difference, to be honest with you, from where you're coming to where you're headed, is the level of support, the level of understanding, the level of forgiveness that comes in. Because it's almost like we are like positioning ourselves where we are bracing for an impact of disappointment, and Spirit says we don't have to do that here. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I do feel like, again, there could be a divorce as a theme from their past or their childhood. We also have passion, and allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And I love that because you start with the Knight of Cups, or Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands as well. And we have the Fool, taking leaps of faith out of our comfort zone. This is a very passionate connection. So it starts with, it gets seeded in friendship, perhaps starts to explode in the sense of passion. And then we start through that phase, we start to develop that emotional belonging. The Spirit says that the relationship is going to feel thrilling. It's going to feel exciting, especially at the onset of it. And then we settle into peace with this person, which is beautiful. But there's a very strong period of time in this relationship as we're developing it, where it's like the I love you not, or like that passionate daisy phase where we're going back and forth with flirtation. Again, very spontaneous, somebody that loves travel. We have here triumph over trouble and obstacles. We have here maybe somebody that's praying about this. You could be praying about this person. We have new home, new attitude. So nobody from the past returning to us to commit with us. So that broom is being used to clear out old clutter. We have seeking out information that will help you with the vine. And we have an emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. I feel like this person will also, again, they're commitment minded. Despite some of their hesitations, I feel like they have almost it's like they have a fantasy surrounding commitments because of what they went through. It's like they really, and it kind of speaks to like, you know, people who are adopted who really want to create a loving family, a loving supportive family for them, for their own children because of what they've been through. It sort of feels like that for this person. It's like because maybe they came from a broken home, because they had divorce in their past, they want to make it work and they want to do it right. We have here successfully overcoming a problem. Back of the decks does say getting together with friends. There is an aspect here of friendship before the romance blooms, but there, I feel like you're already attracted. There's already a charismatic edge to this person, and I feel like it's hard not to notice them, to be honest with you. We have here the bee spirit, sweet results await you. But they are asking you, back of deck is the skunk spirit. It says, know your worth. So if you are coming out of a negative phase, or you know you need to move out of a phase that isn't supportive, Spirit says, don't tolerate less than what you deserve, because this person is willing to come in and give you everything that you deserve. It just might have to come at some type of sacrifice from an expectation from the past. Let's see if we can get a time frame here, please, for pile 1. When might this person come into their life? You could be, somebody could be currently friends with this person right now. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. Yeah, I feel like for someone watching, there's already momentum here. You could have already met this person, but it could just be in a friendship aspect right now, or in like a group setting. For others, I feel like 2026 is going to be a big year. Overall, I feel like you could be transitioning out of old environments and into new opportunity. You could be meeting this person in 2026. Back of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. They are showing kind of being stuck in an in-between phase where maybe we're holding on to something that's no longer good for us, but we're not sure what the future holds. So we're allowing ourselves to stay in a state of limbo, even if it's just an energetic state. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 1. Who are you going to marry? We have here the King of Wands. A lot of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy coming through here. We have the Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and we have the Death energy coming in. There's a hesitation for the Queen of Swords. It feels like, again, when we meet this person, maybe we're a little bit bracing ourselves for the impact of failure or pain or disappointment. So Spirit's speaking about that for the Divine Feminine, but they're asking you to get into a preparation phase now, because there's already this energy field that's coming towards you anyway. And Spirit says it's actually going to equate to a very supporting and protective energy. Overall, this person's going to be very protective over you. And it's like they see themselves in you. That's why they're so protective. We have here the emphasis on the Divine Masculine. We also have here the Trumpet. I do think of judgment and reflecting upon what we need to release in order to move forward. We have live on one side and feel on the other. And this person, again, it's like they have a zest for life. They like to move. They like to travel. They have a really kind of bold personality. We have under the microscope, we have Aquarius. We also have loyalty. We have B and J. We also have here the wrench. Now I think of the wrench as a wrench in our plan, but it's actually a tool. So they're speaking about old plans falling away, old expectations falling away as well from people from our past, because they do feel like this is a new energy for you. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell as well so that I can notify you if you are chosen the winner of the free reading. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I update that shop every day. But come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the World card, and this is your reading. Who are you going to commit to? Who are you going to marry? Now, the World card is a beautiful card to be drawn to because this can speak to somebody who is balanced, who has accomplished things in their life, who is worldly, someone who knows what they want, knows how to get there. This is talking about completion. You can see standing in behind is this great big full moon, which is talking about something that's revealing itself to you. We're showing these birds that are taking flight, which means that the news is already on the way for this completion to take effect for you. So it's a beautiful card to be drawn to. This is a card of stability. Who is pile 2 going to marry or commit to or build a life with? The 6 of Wands. We have the Temperance. The 10 of Pentacles. This person brings in such a sense of stability and maturity. I feel like they have experience. Like it's just like they have this perspective that's bigger or broader or almost global. Means that they could have traveled, for instance. Eight of Cups. And the Spirit is saying that for some watching, the wait is almost over for this person. I feel like they could be a little bit older than you as well. We have the Emperor sitting here in a seated position, but he is still dressed up like a knight. Like even if they have a few years on you, for instance, they have a lot of energy. They're willing to move. They're willing to travel. I feel like they could have traveled quite extensively as well in their past. It's almost like they've lived a life before they met you. But this is what's given them the perspective that they need to love fully and to be this type of mature partner that you require. They're kind of very protective. And they're like a polished, like they're just highlighting this armor. They're a very polished person. The way that they carry themselves, the way that they talk. It almost feels like sophisticated in a way. But not, it's like they don't have to put on airs. This is also the type of person that can talk to anybody. Like they can have a conversation with anybody. They could have a conversation with a CEO and fit right in seamlessly. They could have a conversation with someone, like someone who is not considered as high and mighty as the CEO and fit right in. Like they just have a everyman type of quality to them. And of course, this is all about energy, has nothing to do with gender. This is a very generous person. And they know who they are. As I said, they're not struggling to figure it out anymore. They're not making apologies for themselves. They know who they are. They've already, like their career, I feel like is very stable and set. They hold a high position in their career. And they're very patient. I feel like because there could be a little bit of an age gap here, they're very patient, even when it comes to like emotional situations, emotional periods of time in our lives. And it's like a quiet confidence. They don't have to say it. They just have a quiet confidence overall. I do feel like for some watching, this person is kind of outside of your cultural expectations or your race expectations, but it works very well for you. And the biggest thing here is this 10 of Pentacles and kind of the loyalty that they show, the security that they offer. But then we have the 3 of Cups, which is levity and having fun and taking you places. Like this person wants to spoil you. They want to take you out. I feel like you feel destined to be with this person after all. I feel like it's they take care of you. And it could even be, honestly, in a financial situation. It's like they take care of you. This Eight of Cups is perhaps you walking away from unfulfilling emotional situations from the past and heading towards this person. But it's also speaking here about how your period of time and wait is almost over. If you haven't met this person yet, it's almost over. You could be going out and having fun right now with friends and going out a lot. They're actually saying that you might meet this person when you are with a group of friends. And the truth is that your friends really like this person. Even if they're a little bit older than you, your friends really like them. They're really generous with your friends. They're really generous with you. You can't help but like this person. I will say when they first meet you, they do throw a little bit of money around to try to impress you. I think it works. It's like you don't care what other people think. You don't care what other people think about this situation. Because everybody has a really high opinion of this person once they get to know them. Here we have Temperance energy coming in. Again, very balanced. They've developed that. They didn't just spring out of the ethereal with all of these skills. They developed it over time with consistency, with effort, and perhaps through making mistakes. We have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Lovers. We also have the Two of Wands. When you meet this person, you might actually be flirting with someone else. You might actually be talking to someone else online, for instance. There's going to come a period of time where you have to make a decision about which path you want to explore, but this person doesn't push it. They're not pushy. The truth is that they speak for themselves. They have a quiet confidence. Here with the Six of Wands and the Hermit coming through, they have this quiet confidence that affords them the ability to speak for themselves, so to speak. They don't have to chase anything. This brings in a lot of satisfaction for the Divine Feminine specifically. The Ten of Pentacles is someone that you may build a home with, and like you might literally build a home with them. Like you'll have the plans, you'll get an architect, you'll build a home with them. There's also fertility surrounding the Queen of Pentacles with this little white rabbit. And there's this feeling about like wondering about whether or not this person will want to have children. But spirits, they keep using the term daddy. So Spirit says that this person, again, wants to make you happy. Here's the Nine of Pentacles. Very financially secure. And you can even tell in how they carry themselves, again, in how they dress. They feel accomplished. Now, I will say here that for someone watching, this person may have children from previous relationships. That's not going to be for everyone, of course. That's only for somebody specific watching. But we have the Queen of Cups coming out here. And feedback from you will be what encourages this person to want to try again. We have the Queen of Cups, which is a beautiful mother type figure as well. Spirit says you're gonna be in love with this person. And you're going to want to create a family with this person. You're going to, and there as well, it's like the two of you would like to nurture each other. They're showing me like the coloring, and this again, because I'm reading for the collective, will switch depending upon who's watching, but they're kind of showing me the coloring of Pedro Pascal. Spirit isn't saying that it's going to be Pedro Pascal. They're saying they're looking at the coloring and kind of the features or the energy surrounding Pedro Pascal for someone watching. We have here a position of authority, the throne. And I feel like they have good intentions right out of the gate. They don't have the intention of, skirting around or just flirting. Like this person wants a queen. If they're the king, they want a queen and vice versa. And again, all about energy, nothing to do with gender. We have the Peacock. It says here, beware of great pride. We can't deny that the Emperor can sometimes have a bit of a pride energy, but this person kind of deserves it because they've worked hard to get to where they have to where they are, both financially, emotionally, in their maturity cycles. But they again, the way they're polished in how they carry themselves. They dress well. This is a part of kind of the statement that they're making about who they are. Very well put together in their outfits, for instance. I did see a heartache over what we no longer have, but Spirit's trying to encourage us to move forward. We have here increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. Because I feel like that's the exchange. It's like there's material wealth. We can't deny that with this person. They seem to have everything put together. All of everything's together for them. But you may help them to grow in emotional understanding. Because they sometimes, again, have polished their persona or polished they have a bit of an armor on when it comes to the emotional world, but you open that up for them. You help give them a space where they can release that freely. We have here time to act with the Lion. And that's the thing with this person, is I feel like just like the male lion, their job is to protect, right? Their job is to defend, and they will when they are called to. I don't think that this is the type of person that gets into arguments or conflicts easily. But I feel like when they have to step in, they absolutely will. We have a sincere wish that will be granted. We also have here plenty of material things, which means that perhaps plenty of ability to travel. There's a sense of wanting to take care of the divine feminine as well that might be playing a role here. And you know, they always, whenever they show me the eye of the needle, they show me that Bible verse that says that it's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get to heaven. But this is a sincere wish that's granted, because this person, they feel rich. Like they feel like they have plenty of material things, as it says, but they have a sincere wish that's granted. Like they see this life with you as it. The world is success, completion. We have religious factors here. It says here, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing or spiritual path. Now, this is a card that does speak to some cultural influence, maybe differences or expectations. We have wedding. This came out in pile 1 as well. We also have children being a factor. Your love life is being affected by children or will be affected by children with the 10 of Pentacles, and this may turn into a full-fledged commitment cycle. Back of the deck says, give your relationship a chance and work on your partnership. You can see how the divine masculine is very intently looking at the divine feminine. So this could be, again, maybe they're out of your focus at first because you're like, well, maybe they're a little bit too old for me, or because there is a bit of an age difference that I'm feeling here. Or maybe they're outside of your normal expectations or your normal attraction. But Spirit says that when you give them a chance, you will not be sorry. We have the butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. We also have the swan spirit. Time for a deep dive. They're really highlighting Aquarius, Libra, Gemini for the divine feminine. We have a lot of Aries for divine masculine. Virgo coming through as well. Now this is the divine feminine perhaps taking a deep dive into opening her heart. Giving change a chance is what I just heard as well. Giving change a chance. Now let's take a look and see if we can't get an indication as to when this person might be showing up, please, for pile number 2. We have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands. I feel like you've been waiting for this person. We have the Wheel of Fortune. It's coming in. There's a strong momentum already coming forward. There's a crossroads coming. I just saw the Two of Pentacles, which could, for me, equates to the Pentacles for me are like the slowest moving energy, so years energy. So they're highlighting this next 2 years being very critical for you. Yes, spirits actually feels like you will be in the commitment with this person or be building upon that commitment within 2 years' time. But there's this feeling of momentum now and living now, and you're not waiting for anything. They see you perhaps going out and having fun, and that's what they encourage you to do in order to sort of align with the frequency of that moment of connection. They want you to be having fun. They want you to be going out. They say that there's already strong momentum that's taking you towards this opportunity. Now, of course, because our free will plays a role, we get to decide whether we launch into things or not. And Spirit does feel like the Divine Feminine might be, you might be with this Eight of Cups, again, you might be emotionally walking away from something at that time. You may be feeling frustrated in love overall, so maybe you won't feel open to the opportunity, but this is where your guides are encouraging you to take inspiration as it comes and make sure you take a look at opportunities from every single angle before you push them away overall. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Whoopsie daisy. We have the Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius coming through. A lot of Libra as well. Taurus now in the bowl. There's Judgment. This is like a preparation phase, like a foundation phase for you at this moment. And the only advice they have for you in the foundation phase is to have fun with it, because we're not waiting for anything. We're living in this moment, and the path is going to cross with yours overall. So Spirit is speaking about like the anticipation or the impatience that can come in sometimes from the Queen of Wands. But Spirit says what we can be doing with this time with the Judgment is really preparing ourselves and really reflecting upon what do I need to do to prepare myself for this opportunity. And I just heard we have to love each other. We have to love ourselves. We have Balance. The Balance rune. We also have the Stethoscope here. Could be hospital nursing connection. We do have the Whale flipped over. They're speaking about expression, expressing from the heart. We have the Sun. We have the V, I think of the Hierophant, that could also be an initial. We also have the Three of Wands, making beautiful music, and they're talking about anticipating in the future. We also have crystal clear intentions. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. I also offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is updated daily, so please check back. But I hope that you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Empress, and this is your reading. Who are you going to marry or commit to? Who will you build a life with? Now, the Empress is such a beautiful card to be drawn to. Look at how it looks like she is walking across this bridge. She's kind of halfway there, and she's got all of these beautiful butterflies that are making this beautiful wreath in the sky. So this could be an indication of people who are currently in connections that could be deepening. So if you're hoping that your current partner, your current boyfriend, girlfriend is the one, this could be a beautiful sign. This is a card of nurturing yourself in order to prepare as well for the future. So let's take a look here and see who is pile 3 going to commit to. Now we have here the Two of Swords coming out. We have the Emperor, Empress and the Emperor here. We have the Devil, Capricorn, Aries energy coming through. Page of Cups and the Magician. We also have the Lovers. Back of the deck is the Five of Swords and the Moon. So let's clarify this as we go forward here. For pile number 3. Now, we are starting with they keep showing the total eclipse of the heart. They're showing that in this moment. And we have the Five of Swords here. Here is the Moon. Now, there's the Eight of Cups. Now, part of this message is shifting from the original Empress message coming through, because Spirit's meeting you where you are. Especially if you're in a period of conflict, if you're in no contact with someone, if you're feeling really frustrated by people's behaviors, if you're going through a breakup, You may be asking yourself, is it my ex that's coming forward? Will we be together again? Will this happen? They're highlighting this Page of Cups reversed. Here's the Four of Pentacles. Here's the Ace of Wands. Oh, this is an extra card in the deck. So we'll pull that back out. Put that aside. Let's get a actual card, please. The Six of Swords. Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords. Back of deck we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so first of all, I have a couple of messages coming through here. If you're currently on a break from someone, if you're currently broken up with someone, to be honest with you, I don't think that connection's over. I don't think that that's over. And for some, that could actually end up being the person that you do end up building a life with. They are saying there's like a total temporary eclipse of the heart coming from the Divine Masculine in this moment, but we do see clarity actually happening at this time. In regards to that, there is resistance to act upon the clarity and to communicate, because there's almost like a dependence towards the devil, to our own hesitations, to our own habits. It's like when we're triggered in relationships, when we're triggered by obstacles or arguments or conflicts or breakups, for instance, it's like sometimes it's hard for us to be the peacemaker and to stand up and lead because we shut our heart down. We're in conflict with the Five of Swords and we tell ourselves, that's it. There's no winner, so I need to make myself the winner. It's like I won't give you the benefit of the doubt of coming forward saying I'm sorry or saying that I was wrong. I feel like there's a very delicate thing in the balance right now happening in this connection if you're currently broken up with someone. I can't deny though that I think that this is temporary. I think that this is temporary as far as this connection being over. I don't think that this connection is over. But the lovers here, the Canadian geese that are flying above everything, they're meant to look at every single angle. So this period of time where you could be in conflict with someone or in a separation phase with someone, it's an opportunity for us both to be honest with ourselves so we can extend that honesty to other people when we get another chance at this connection. And it's interesting that this spread is coming up for this specific topic because we're talking about the future and love and abundance, and we're going to try to get there, but they just want to address where you're sitting right now and the anticipation of what's coming next, because they know that you feel like you are on the fence about what's going to happen and you're going through a painful phase, but there's clarity coming is what they're trying to tell you. There is clarity coming. The thing about this connection is that I feel like there's a lot of potential for this connection that is returning to you to be the one that you commit with. However, the tarot reading is very informational. It allows us to have like a roadmap of the hurdles, but also the solutions to those hurdles can be given to us. Because this Ten of Swords says we do need to shift something in order to move this into a connection where we are thriving together in a commitment cycle. We do need to change something. We have to change the original plan, change our approach, take action in a moment of clarity instead of a moment of despair. That's going to be very important in the future of this connection. They can't deny that there's a sense of one or two people in the moment, if we're in conflict, kind of being bratty towards each other, which kind of shows and kind of is a physical representation of that dependence that's creating the resistance to create healing in this moment. But that's why they're showing reconnection with the lovers, but they're also showing the need for reconfiguration. Otherwise, if I just keep hearing due south, otherwise it's downhill from here in a negative way. because we're not making adjustments. It's like if we just keep repeating the same patterns over and over again, and if we break up, get back together, break up, get back together, we'll just carry that habit formation into our commitment cycles. So they're asking us to actually put down that Five of Swords. Here's the Queen of Swords, especially if you find yourself in a battle right now, a battle between yourself and someone you really, really care about. They're being stubborn. I think they do want to reach out for peacekeeping. I think they want clarity, but they're trying to protect themselves in this moment, which is giving them a very rigid focus. Spirit says that somebody has to be sort of the bigger person. They're not trying to force that upon the Divine Feminine, but they're saying that you, if you are the Divine Feminine, especially if you are a Gemini, if you are an Aquarius, Libra, there is a feeling about you having the voice, having the capability, having the tools. But you're also carrying some of this Five of Swords. You're also carrying a bit of a chip on your shoulder about not wanting to be the person. It's like, I don't want to give you the benefit of the doubt of coming forward saying, hey, let's talk this out. But if two people can't come to new agreements, new formations of plans, then Spirit says it impacts the future. So we do have like free will associated with this moment and connections that are laying in the balance that still have potential. But again, maybe we are relying on the other person to be the force of change, to take action here. Spirit says we can't wait, or we're just waiting forever. They're also highlighting the Empress and how nurturing she is, how she nurtures and brings good things into fruition. It's like that's what she does. That's her role. She is a portal truly for abundance. And they're talking too about the Divine Feminine exuding generosity, like being someone who has the capability of being generous. That may be necessary in the future of this connection. Because the truth is that I feel like you may have already found the connection that you're seeking. This may be the person, your current partnership, or even if it's in conflict, your current partnership could be the solution. Now, even if it's not in conflict, even if we're not talking about the conflict, in your current partnership, there could be unrealized conflict. There could be opinions and truths that we're suppressing. And it could have, it could truly be a fear of it never coming. It's like you could be in a relationship where you're worried about when this person is going to step forward. When are they going to say something? When are they going to ask me the question? That could be where the conflict's coming from. It doesn't have to be in discord. It doesn't have to be a separation. It could be, so take that as it resonates. But if you are in the camp, because that's what we're speaking about with collective energy, that we have lots of energy floating into these readings. So if you are in the camp where you're currently with someone and you're like, I think this is my person, but they haven't asked yet, and you're not, it's breeding insecurity. It's creating almost like an unrealized resentment where you don't want to resent, but you're getting frustrated with delays. You're getting frustrated with waiting for them to take action. Spirit says it's already in the work. This is just a temporary period of planning. They're already inspired. So it's coming for you. This is where Spirit's asking you to look above and see beyond the immediate appearances of things and redirect your message that you're telling yourself of almost bracing yourself for despair or disappointment. Spirit says, be honest with yourself here. Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to be honest with your partner and say, hey, I'm just curious. It's like, this is what I want. The Queen of Swords is not afraid to ask for what she wants. You can say, this is what I want. And then that result may come to you even sooner than what they have preparations for. So it just feels like a current partnership, even if it's in conflict, even if we're hiding some of that conflict, it could be the one for you. The Empress has already arrived at her destination. She doesn't have to chase anything anymore. She gets to have things come to her. That doesn't mean that she does it comfortably or that she sits in a state of patience, because she still is a human. She's still dealing with that aspect of humanity. But this could be the one for you. There's deep connection here. Regardless of hidden conflicts or outward conflicts, there's beautiful connection here. And they're speaking about, again, dishonesty coming from the Divine Masculine, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's nefarious. They already have a plan towards clarity. They already have a plan towards peace. If you are currently in discord, there's already a plan in motion. But you're meant to be surprised. This Page of Cups reverse is a lack of surprise. And Spirit says that's no fun. Yes, they want you to look to the future. And they're saying that delays are really frustrating, but they're also highlighting how you're on this river is the same river. Even if we have a bit of a detour here with this island, we're still on the same river. They're speaking about looking to the future. But a pause before action. And I do feel like there's a pause right this moment with the Nine of Wands, with the Devil, before we see the results. So you could be currently in the relationship that you are seeking, or the relationship with your current partner could be the one that moves into commitment zones. A lot of Aries, a lot of Capricorn, a lot of Gemini. Here's the Ace of Swords. Back of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, and there's the Sun. So we are already perhaps in our foundation phase. Again, if you just don't know when this offer is coming, Spirit says it's coming in. I'll try to get a time frame for you, but they do hope that you'll be surprised by it. If you are currently separated, or if you've broken up temporarily recently, Spirit says that they still feel like there's going to be reconnection. They still feel like this could be the person that you end up committing to. You're already sort of starting in your foundation phase. And they want you to nurture your own perspective as well during this time of waiting. Because they say that we have a choice about how we spend our time. We can choose to spend our time feeling frustrated, feeling angry, feeling upset, even if we feel justified, or we can choose to capitalize upon that strength and push it in the opposite direction, towards action, towards peace, towards clarity, seeking that from people. We have March being significant. Pisces energy coming through. We have Grapes, time to go out and have fun. That's the best way to attack any feelings of helplessness, is to kind of switch our focus very drastically, going out, focusing on things that that make us feel good, make us feel happy. We have spiritual love coming through and a solid foundation and success with effort. Now the Tower is here. They do show the Five of Swords, which again, the Tower can be an upheaval that we're experiencing. It could also be what we're building in the moment. And Spirit says that regardless, you have success where you are with the effort that you're willing to put in. Putting into your patience, putting into your perspective. Again, I'll try to get a time frame as to when you will be in a commitment cycle. We have strong emotions, passionate love or hate. Strong emotions that we're experiencing right this moment. We do have career. I also see fair woman. And they're highlighting stepping into perhaps a new career or a new position right now. Back of the deck is January. Now it's also this long nose. I always think of like liars with the long nose. So there's a reference to like, we have love, deep affection, and caring with the heart. Someone who's not being honest with their intentions. This masculine energy, this Emperor, is not being honest with his intentions, but he already has a plan. He already has a plan. We have here, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. This came out in all three piles, the wedding card. I just saw keep an open mind. I think that's very important at this moment because we're nurturing this outcome. We don't want to nurture this Five of Swords. We have here attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. They want us to take a moment here to stop and smell the roses. We have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations will help to bring you closer together. But I also feel like there's almost a real reference to literally calling in our soulmate, or calling our soulmate, either asking for what we want. If we are currently having a fight or an argument, we could call them and create some of that peacekeeping energy. They will eventually. If we don't, they will eventually. We have the Knight of Cups coming in. We're trying to get a time frame aspect. The Knight of Cups already comes forward. There's a little bit of hesitation to take the action of bringing in the vulnerable offer, but I think the offer is already in the works for someone watching. There's the Empress. It's almost like they're saying it's already a done deal in some cases. It already feels like a done deal. And you can act as if, Spirit says, you can actually act as if it is a done deal. With the Five of Wands. They're talking about here a competition for the focus, especially when it comes to things not being revealed to us. The Moon, it's like your guides don't want you to know when the proposal is going to show up. It's like they want you to challenge yourself to sit in this position of nurturing the confidence that you should be feeling. We have the Fool, so that you're ready. Here's the Queen of Pentacles, because Spirit says you should be ready, because this person ultimately, especially again, if you are resonating with the message that there's no outward conflicts, it's just all internal conflicts about when this is going to happen, your partner already has plans in the works. If you are in an argument or temporarily broken up, I feel like there's solutions that are coming, but you'll have to reconfigure what brought you to that place of discord in the first place before you start the process of the commitment cycle. But Spirit, there's the Eight of Swords. Here's the Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles. They're actually giving a time frame now of this next year being very critical. And we're still at the very end of 2025, but 2026 could be your year when the offer of commitment actually comes through, pile 3. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 3. Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Justice. Justice is already here. We have the Page of Wands reversed and the Ace of Pentacles in the reversal. Now, when the pages are reversed, there is a sense of like immaturity or people struggling with an emotionally immature response. We also have the end is being caused by like disappointment or stress with the Ace of Pentacles reversed as well. It's like we're afraid that we're not going to get what we're looking for. But the Spirit's asking us to stay composed. They're saying our strength will be in our composure because our justice is already present for us. The doorway's already here. We don't have to look for it anymore in this case. Now we just have to work on the growing conditions. We have Princess. I just heard Passenger Princess. We have P, J, and G. We do have the Empress energy. And we have the sweet results that come in with the honeybee as well. We have the Hatchet, which I think of the Tree of Life. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day.